Hello and welcome back to BeamNG Drive. I'm davidinark, and today we're continuing our series, Crash Every Vehicle That Comes with BeamNG, and today we are taking on the venerable Sunburst. Oh yeah. I'll slam this bad boy up the ramp into the barrier here, and look at the damage. We've got the wheels shoved back into the bodywork, and in addition, they are facing away from each other. Probably never a good sign. You've got the headlights kind of waving in the wind, the hood crumpled up. You got the roof line bent up like we have seen in so many other vehicles. And look at the bodywork bending out, curling away from the vehicle. That is fantastic. If you're not familiar with the series, what we're doing is going in and picking out every single one of these default configurations that come with the game one by one and seeing how they perform as we send them flying down the pathway, in this particular case through the drift circle here, and we're going to crash it into a wall. Because you can do that in BeamNG. Right now, we just got done doing the 1.8 liter manual transmission, and this one is the 1.8 CVT. Let's jump in. Look at this. Looks pretty much exactly like the one we just did. Ooh, lens flare. You know me. I love my lens flare, but here we are. Driving straight across here. We're going to catch some air. Oh, the back end comes up. And then we end up kind of counterbalanced over on the passenger side. And look at the damage. Very similar to what we have just seen. And because we were off balance when we hit, look at the angle at which that damage occurs. That is not a head-on hit, which is a little weird, because we were up on the passenger side, but ended up doing the most damage to the driver's end. And look at the seat compared to the steering section, the steering column. That is not a good place to be if you're a driver. Right now we're going to take the 2.0 Sport manual transmission. This one is already highlighted orange. What that means, if you're not familiar with the game, is that should you decide you want to play with a Sunburst, that is the default one that the game chooses for you. Naturally, you can pick from any of the ones that are in that particular list. Oh, the back end comes up. We are way out of control, slamming into the wall as we have seen with these vehicles. Now, you can tell, look at how when the vehicle hits the barrier here and everything gets pushed back, you see the bodywork in the front here, these front quarter panels curl out away from the passenger compartment, the doors bowing, the roof line pushing upward, basically trying to save the people in the vehicle from being crushed by the damage. And that is one of the very cool things that I like most about BeamNG Drive in general, is when they started putting this together, their idea was to come up with a realistic physics, soft body physics engine. Oh, there we are again. Oh, we got some serious air once again, off balance, and this time we end up knocking the driver's wheel off of the axle. It is just laying there. Got some steam coming out of the hood. Things not looking good for the Sunburst. But as I was saying, they spend a whole lot of time, energy, research into the different vehicles that they create, and do the best they can in order to emulate what would really happen if you had a similar vehicle in the real world. Oh, Looks like we're going to see a lot of that off-balance driving straight into the barrier here today. I'm not sure if there's something I can do about that when I'm driving, but you know what? In the meantime, look at this. On the driver's side, because of the way we ended up hitting the wall, even the back door got popped open off of the frame, bowed out some. And of course, look at this. This is another feature of the vehicles. And again, this is based on real life construction of vehicles, and that is where the body and the frame will bend down into the ground and away from the passenger compartment. That's all in the name of safety. That's all what real vehicles actually do. And it is so cool to see that in a, for all intents and purposes, a game engine. If you've not seen or heard really, the BeamNG devs talk about, there we go. Oh, that slammed. Got some serious air after hitting the barrier. That was great. Thought maybe it was going to upend itself, but no, it ended up falling down on the ground. And there we go. You can see that chassis work getting slammed into the ground. In the meantime, we hit that wall so hard. Look at that. The windshield nearly vertical. The hood just crumpled into a tent, man. That is, your insurance company's not going to be happy with you. Of course, the fact you're driving your vehicle straight into the wall isn't going to help either. But, hey, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all in the name of science. Speaking of, it's time to wreck some cops. Oh, yeah. If you've watched the channel long enough, you know I enjoy wrecking police cars in BeamNG. Why? I don't know, because it's fun. I sure couldn't do it in real life. Again, we see, look at that. Not only, oh, yes. Sorry, I got so many thoughts running through my head. Not only did we hit it, not on center or not flush, so it's got that slight angle to the front end, but when we hit it, we also managed to bend the frame in such a way that the driver's wheel is actually up off the ground. And as again, you see that body and frame bent down. You see the doors bowed open away from the passengers. You just keep flashing your lights, buddy. Just keep flashing your lights. What I was saying a while ago, if you've not heard or seen the BeamNG devs talking about what they put into their research and frankly their heart and soul that they put into the game, I wholeheartedly recommend it. I watched or I listened to a video or a podcast or something, I can't remember now off the top of my head, that featured one of the devs, one of the marketing folks who talk about BeamNG, not just BeamNG Drive, but also BeamNG the company, and the heart and soul that they put and the passion that they put into this is second to none. I mean, it is awesome, and part of the reason why I absolutely love the game. The exhaust is it's a little out of whack. I'm just going to throw that out there. I mean, sure, I know the rest of the car is absolutely destroyed, but I'm just saying. Oh, that is so cool. All right, let's see. What are we going to do here? I think we are down at the 2.0 Sport RS all-wheel drive manual transmission. That is a mouthful, and we've got some serious wingage on the back. Oh, we got the hood scoop on the front. How is all of that going to affect what happens to this car? Let's find out. Wow, that was some serious air. Oh my gosh, look at there. In fact, we lost the bumper when we hit our little launch pad there. golly, look at this. The front door's completely bent out, almost in perfect V shapes, for at least part of it anyway. Again, we see the hood raised way up far away from where the curve of the door used to be. Not to mention, we've got the steering wheel sitting almost at the back of the seat for the driver. That is rough stuff. As a matter of fact, what we need to do is we'll grab the all-wheel drive DCT and let's put this bad boy into the external camera mode. Let's see what the BeamNG TV folks think about sending this bad boy flying. There we go. Beautiful air slamming into the fence, and things not looking good for these guys at all. Oh, look at that. We lost lots of body work. Of course, we've also got a whole bunch of damage. Look at the front end lifted way off the ground from hitting this wall so hard and bending things so badly. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy how high up those wheels are. Not to mention the engine being shoved into the dashboard. Oh man, I can't wrap my head around how much worse this could possibly be. However, we are pulling up a drift missile. Now, I don't know if you've watched the channel much. I don't know how often you come by. I hope it's often enough that you know that me and drift cars, well, we generally don't get along because the vehicle wants to get away from me, and I'm not too upset to let it. So sometimes, well, okay, this time, of course, as I say that, it's not going to do that. But a lot of times, especially with drift vehicles, the slicks and the power in the back just absolutely, blow me away, and I can't keep up with it. However, in this case, what we can't keep up with is the busted wheel, the busted tire, not to mention all of the damage done inside. Now, I'm going to jump inside the vehicle here. That's wow, that is very surreal. Okay. But because we've got the roll cage inside, for the most part, we're pretty well protected. Although, I mean, you can definitely see that there is some weirdness with, the roll bars themselves, with the roll cage itself. And, of course, the dash is just completely hosed. I mean, there's just not a polite way to say that. Was that already not in there? I should have paid attention to that. You know what, just for the sake of argument. Oh, yeah, that's already not. Okay. I was like, did we knock the console out? We knocked the radio right out of the... No, we didn't. They took it out because, I don't know, what, you don't want a radio when you're drifting? I have no idea how that works. Why wouldn't you? I don't know. Here's what I do know. We've got ourselves an orange street-tuned with the little Band-Aids and flowers. Is that what that is? That's supposed to be Band-Aids? I don't know. Looks like bandages to me. We'll take it. Oh, look at there. Made in Hirochi with a barcode. Has anybody scanned the barcode? That would be kind of fun. Oh! Up, over, ended up on one wheel for a moment there before slamming into the wall and absolutely wreaking havoc on this poor Sunburst, and that is not good. Look at there. You can see where the body was starting to come away at the back. Oh, heck, and look at the wheels. Shoved, the whole body's been shoved back so that the wheels are now, for all intents and purposes, rubbing against the bodywork on that side. Things just not good. Not good for anybody driving a Sunburst here today. Which, honestly, anytime you've got davidinark involved, it's not a good time to be in the car. Not in real life, in the game. Yeah. Anyway, here we are with a gendarmerie, or however you say that. So it's another police car. This one, a single light on the top, letting everybody know that there is trouble to be had. Oh, and there it is. Upside down. Oh, yeah. Absolutely turtling it. I have to say, though, the nice little pirouette after slamming into the wall was quite exquisite. I give you a 10. Oh, man. So while the vehicle's upside down, one of the other things that I love about this game is the detail that goes into the undercarriage. In a lot of games where you've got really cool body and wheels, and even with developed chassis for the most part. In most games, once you get the car flipped upside down, it's just a flat sheet under there. There's no attention to detail, because in a lot of those games, you're never going to see the bottom of the vehicle. In this game, with me driving especially, you're going to see the bottom of the vehicle. It's just the way it is. These Sunburst police vehicles are just so cool. That to me is very Need for Speed. Is that not a Need for Speed shot? Yes it is. Oh my gosh, that is, wow. That was a sudden bout of nostalgia for some of the old Need for Speed games. And oh, I believe we actually flew into the barrier. I'm not sure we actually even touched down before we got there. And look at what we did to this poor police car. Oh, yeah. Once again, wheels up off the ground, and they look like they might... Well, they're not quite facing opposite each other. I wasn't paying attention enough to see when the damage meters came up how much damage and what kind of damage was done to the actual drive shaft itself and or the steering. Look at the crumpled, curved hood again. Oh, man. And I love that because there was a hood scoop on this one, that the way it bent and mutated right around that. Oh, so cool. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. When I said look at that, I was making sure that it actually had a hood scoop, and I was kind of, just kind of looking at what that looked like. Nice. All right, here we go. We are here at the Police Interceptor, high-speed police interceptor unit based on the all-wheel drive Sport RS. Yeah. You know what that means? Crash and go. Look at all the tire tracks we have left on this particular course. I have to tell you, that is a slick looking that is a slick looking police vehicle. Oh man. It's all-wheel drive. It's got the all-wheel drive tires. Got some air. Dipping down. Oh, look how high the front wheels are off the ground on this one. Not to mention the damage to the engine itself. And look, the radiator actually has dropped down. That's almost like we inverted the engine. That is so weird. Oh. And and again, the roof line is not only, crumpled up in a V, but it's almost pushed back to where the passenger compartment is. Busted out all of the windows. Unfortunately, if this were to happen, in real life, the police officers in the front who were doing the driving would most likely not make it, and the guys in the back would bail out and be gone. At least that's the way I envision it happening. Moving on. The off-road DCT. Yeah, look at that bad boy. Interesting that the fan doesn't spin. You know, in some vehicles you do see the spinning fan, and in some vehicles you don't. Oh, catching air, flying into the fence. The fence being the only thing that stops us this time. Had there not been a fence there, we would have flown straight off into the woods and probably into that tree. And as we have seen, the body being shoved back. In this case, we've got the front end of the vehicle pushed back into the body here. Thus, you see the wheel that's, you know, now a part of the body, the front door. But then you also see that the body was pushed backward because it is certainly eating into the rear wheels. Oh, that's a beautiful example of that right there. Look at that. I mean, we seriously messed up. It's an off-road configuration. Not to mention, we also popped the trunk, which I think that may be the first time that we've done that in this particular Sunburst series. 4 more to go, and these dudes, at least a couple of these, are going to be, they're going to be fast. I mean, we've got 2 track versions. The hill climb is probably, if I'm not mistaken, the fastest of the bunch. And we are about to see some serious stuff, to semi-borrow a phrase from Doc in Back to the Future. Here we go. Okay, we're going to hit the takeoff at almost 100 miles an hour. There we go. Upside down. Blew one of the wheels off. As before, we sent certain pieces and parts flying. Look there, we got stuff laying over by the ETK driving school sign. Oh, the front end is just absolutely smashed. Bodywork peeling away. Oh, look at that. We even have, oh, look at the windshield. We have a bubble in the windshield, where before we had seen the windshield being made almost vertically flat. This time we see that the windshield is bubbled because of the way this vehicle slammed into the barrier. And that is so cool. Man, that is, I just can't get enough. All right. Now we're going to switch over. Man, this car is so freaking cool. Black and yellow. I was born and raised Pittsburgh, so I'm a black and yellow fan through and through. Oh, whoa. That was not good at all. I can't imagine being in the driver's seat and hitting that little incline there. I mean, at that point, it was just free flying, free falling. Again, the windshield bowed out as a result of this damage. Engine smoking, pieces and parts. That is painful. Now, we do have the roll cage inside. So, oops. So that did protect us some. Once again, we got these weird dashboard angles going on. Look at there. Completely screwed up that indicator. That's not good. Oh, look, the wheel inside. Oh my gosh. And still going. Oh, yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Let's jump back here. I think we just have two more to go. That's right, the rally gravel and then the hill climb asphalt. And I like I said, I am 99% sure that hill climb is the fastest configuration that comes with the game as it is. Now, one of the other things about this game is you can actually go in and tune the vehicles however you like. Oh, look, man, this time we got the hood that is almost perfectly vertical due to the crash. Oh, so you can actually tune the vehicles how you like, and you can actually end up tuning them where some of the lesser vehicles actually end up being much more powerful or much faster. It all depends on what you're trying to do. And here, it's not good when you've got parts on the ground that aren't supposed to be on the ground. You know what I mean? I'm just going to throw that out there. If you've got parts of your car on the ground and they're not supposed to be there, you got a problem. And now, our problem is that we have come to the end of the road. Just like Boys to Men. All right. Oh, I think this is going to be spectacular. Let's see. Should we do this in the external cam? Of course we should. Yeah, lay it down. Get it going. How fast do we go when we hit over 100? Oh, I can't even see. All right. Now, we're going to... Oh, look at that. The damage on this one, it almost looks like it hit a pole of some kind. I mean, yeah, almost like it hit this pole and bounced back. I don't believe that's what happened. But that sure is what that looks like it happened. Oh, and then here you have all the bodywork being pushed back against or back toward the rear of the vehicle. Yes, there's a roll cage inside, but as you can see, I mean, here's the steering wheel, here's the seat. The roll cage not really helping the poor driver inside the vehicle. And we're going to do this one more time because, again, with the external camera, that's BeamNG's way of deciding what it should show you and when. And I think, unfortunately, it just grabbed a bad angle. So let's just see if I can semi-duplicate what we had going on here. Oh, no, this time the vehicle got caught in the fence. That's a first. Caught in the fence. Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, that is rough. That is really, really rough. However, we are now at the end of the line. That is all of the Sunburst vehicles that come pre-configured with the game. Awesome stuff. Hey, let me know what you think of the series. And if you haven't been keeping up, or if this is the first time you've seen it, or maybe you've only seen a couple of them, I actually have a playlist of all of the entire series as we are building it out. So feel free to go check out some of the other vehicles that we have destroyed in the game as we continue crashing every vehicle that comes with BeamNG Drive. Oh my goodness. Hey, I want to give a special thanks to Hero of God, GamerGull, LosWilko, Connie C, and Zachary for supporting the channel on Patreon, patreon.com/davidinark, and also through channel memberships. You can check that out down below if you are interested. If not, that is perfectly fine. I just thank you so much for coming by, spending some time here in BeamNG with me, davidinark. Oh, man. Hey, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.